Okay, I don't know that anybody's ever actually going to see this, but I suffer from TMJ disorder, and it's chronic daily pain. I take Vicodin and muscle relaxers every day and ibuprofen to deal with it. In the 9 years that I've been dealing with it, it's just gotten worse, and I've gone from being a very fit, very active personal trainer to working from home, gaining over 50 pounds back that I had all lost, and I lost a lot of weight and I looked really good. And I know this is a big reason for why I don't feel very confident, and why I probably a good chunk of why my relationship with the person I was with recently ended, because who wants to be with the girl that just wants to sit on the couch and watch TV? Because if she doesn't, she's going to be in more pain the next day, and I have to pay attention to how much meds I take, and because I can't run out before my next refill date, or I have to take something like kratom as a backup, or I have to basically stay attached to a heating pad. I've tried all kinds of things. I've thrown a lot of money at it, and don't get me wrong, I mean, I love my dogs and I love to be home with them, but the fact that I can't even walk them every day, and that some days it's so close to debilitating that it's just sucks. And I know that I'm not even dealing with pain that's as bad as other people, and I know that it could definitely always be worse, but so I'm just trying to, I guess, document a little bit here, because I was told about a specialist in Eugene who could maybe help me, and I'm finally getting to go see him next week. And as much as I want to be excited about it, I'm also scared that it's not gonna work, or he's not gonna think he can help me. I hate feeling like this, and the fact that somebody might be able to actually get me out of pain is I don't know, it's exciting and scary, and I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen, and as much as I would like to just put all my faith in this, I know that I'm scared to death that it's not gonna be what I want it to be, what I need it to be. I hate being fat. I hate feeling constantly uncomfortable about what I look like and about how I feel about myself, and I miss exercising so much, and I miss being able to go hiking with my dog, and I miss being able to keep plans that I make, because now I'm dumb, and I'll feel good, or I'll have a day where I don't feel as shitty, and I'll make plans for, the weekend or the next week or whatever, and then I end up canceling because I'm in too much pain, or I don't have enough pain meds, or I have to plan everything, according to these fucking pills, and I hate it. I mean, I have a wonderful job, and they were so great that they let me work from home, and they really, they're really as understanding as possible. And if it wasn't for them, I probably would be working at a job that I may love, but calling in sick constantly because just getting ready for work, I remember it being exhausting. And I mean, think about the last time you were in pain and then trying to do anything about it, or trying to do anything while you were actually in pain. And I have to live that way every day, and I have to fight that every day, and it's exhausting. And I know I'm not the only person, and I know there's a lot of people that are worse off, and I can't even imagine some of it. And I know my mom is one of those people, and I know that it being so hard for me, and I don't even experience like near what other people do. I should have probably had my dosage for my meds increased 2 years ago, if not more, but I refuse to tell my doctor that I need more because I don't want to take more. And with all the way things are with opiates in the world right now, and especially in our country, and the addiction that it's caused, I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to make it. I don't want to get to the point where I have to deal with more regulations and more problems. And I just, at this point, I'm really just hoping this guy can help me, because financial issues has been the major reason why I haven't seen a specialist, and why I haven't gone to like the TMD clinic in Portland, or I haven't done things like that, because I've thrown so much money at it already, and then I have so much debt that I'm dealing with my own other stupidity with spending money, and because I always want to give to other people and to do things and pay for everybody, and I'm an idiot when it comes to money. Luckily, my job covers my medical insurance premium every month, and then they give me $125 in flex money. Unfortunately, a couple years ago I had to have my appendix out, so I ended up basically using all of my flex money for that, and now it's finally paid off. And unfortunately, I'm also in a shitty situation right now because my boyfriend dumped me, and I'm still living in his house because I can't afford to move out. And over the last year of our relationship has been pretty fucking awful. And I'm pretty sure that a good reason why, well, I know that a good reason why he's not attracted to me is because I'm fat. And I got fatter in this relationship. There's a whole lot more to that. Anyway. But it's not about him. It's not about that at all now. It's that I finally actually have the financial ability to do this, and I'm just hoping that this guy can help me. So, you know, a friend of mine, she's excited for me because she's pretty much one of the only people that knows that I'm doing this. And I mean, they know, I've told a few people that I knew about the specialist and that I was probably going to go see him, but I didn't tell them that I made an appointment. And, you know, she's excited for me, and I told her, I was like, I'm scared that it's not going to work. So, like, I don't want to get all excited and, like, tell everybody about it just for it to be a letdown. And, you know, it's all out of pocket at this point. I mean, the flex money and then whatever I have to pay to see this guy, and it's $250 just for the consult. And I could drive to Eugene and waste the money and the gas, and for him to tell me that, sorry, this isn't gonna work for you. And that's scary. So I kind of just wanted to document this because I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if anybody's gonna ever see this, but I'm trying to be hopeful. I see him on Wednesday, And I spent the last week or so in so much pain. I couldn't even get my dogs out for their walks when I was done with work. And I couldn't take off work because I had one of my coworkers was out this week, vacation, and so I had to over medicate just so I could work. And today was the first day I got one of my dogs to the park, but by the time we were done and heading back home, I couldn't get the other two out, and it was really bad this last few days. And I just don't want it to continue like that. And I didn't tell anybody because what is anybody else gonna do? You know? So I'm hoping, it wasn't as bad today, but it wasn't good, and it was pretty debilitating all week. I had a really hard time doing anything. I was dizzy and afraid to drive, and I'm taking all these extra meds, which I can't really afford to take because I'm gonna run out before I can refill, and I stay home and watch movies and TV and stare at Facebook because it's like my only social interaction at this point. And I hate this person that I've become because of this pain I've been in, and the idea that I might actually be able to go back to at least some of my life is exciting. It really is, and I'm trying to be hopeful, but it's so scary to have just another letdown. Try this next thing and it doesn't work, or I'm not suited for it, or whatever. And that's scary because it's just more money. But I'm so sick of living my life attached to this fucking bottle of pills. It's always about, did I bring my meds? Do I have enough meds? Did I plan right for this concert or for this dinner? And it's crazy because you don't realize like how much your mouth is involved in. Like, it's my jaw and my teeth and my eyes and my ears and my neck and shoulders, and it's gotten so out of control, and I'm in pain all the time, and it's pretty fucking rare that I have a moment when I'm not, and the pain meds are just there to take the edge off. I don't take enough to do anything else. I don't want to get high. I don't have any interest in any of that. Like, I literally take them to get back to actually be able to live my life. Addicts take drugs to escape their life. It's totally two different things. But I've had to deal with that too, you know. I've had to deal with people thinking that like they're just party drugs, trying to get me to give them some. Like, it kind of baffles me that people will just want to take them. They're not good for you. They're not any fun. And I don't know anybody that wants to be strapped to a pill bottle. Not by choice. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I know I'm kind of freaking out about it. I know that I don't want to cut. And then on top of it, if I do actually, like, if this guy can, like, fix me, or I don't know, help me not be in pain all the fucking time, what does that mean for getting off the pills? You know, my doctor, he's totally willing to do anything I need to do, you know, anything to help me get off the meds, because, you know, he knows they're not good for me either. And I've been on them for well over 5 years, and I didn't even realize that it's been that long. And but he told me, you know, you can't just stop taking them. You're probably going to have to wean yourself off them if you get to the point of not needing them anymore. I didn't even tell him about this specialist, because I'm so worried that it's just not going to play out like I want it to. And then, I don't know. I just don't want, I guess I don't want to, I'm afraid to lose the meds. Because if it doesn't work, then I'm going to need the meds. So, I don't know. So, that's what's happening. And I don't know that anybody's ever going to see this. Because I don't know that I want anybody to see it. All I know is when I watch the testimonial videos of these people that have had headaches and migraines and all these things for years. One woman was 20 years. And he cured her. Her talking about her grandkids and all this stuff, and I was just like, it really got me. Like, she was talking about how she keep plans that she's made, and she doesn't have to cancel all the time, and then I just thought, yeah, that would be awesome. You know, it'd be nice to ditch plans because I just want to be lazy, not because I have to. Okay, so just got done with the first appointment with Dr. Sutter, and he thinks he can help me based just on their digital stuff that they do. It's really comprehensive, and there's a lot to it. But I'm looking at $5,000, so it comes down to cost. Well, I guess I'll have to start figuring that out. But there's hope, and that means that I could actually be out of pain by maybe the end of the year. So that's kind of incredible. I'm a little less freaked out now, and just gotta figure out the money situation. But yeah, I think this is something to be excited about. I don't want the cost to stand in the way, but I'll figure it out. Hey. Well, the financial side of the TMJ treatment is turning out actually really well. The dental office that does this treatment, Dr. Sutter's office, takes care credit, and I just so happen to have care credit, but I didn't have enough credit left on that line of credit, so I wasn't exactly sure how I was gonna make that work. The cost is for $4,350. All I had available for credit was $800. Crazy enough, the day that I saw Dr. Sutter, I sat in a parking lot on the Care Credit app and asked for a credit increase, credit line limit increase, and they actually gave me a bunch more than I needed. So I actually have the cost covered because I have to pay him up front, and then I'll make payments to Care Credit. And on top of that, since I have a Flex account that my employer gives me $125 a month, I can use that money to pay back the Care Credit. At least I'm pretty sure I can. So, because it is technically medical. So yeah, it was kind of like everything just like is falling into place to get this dealt with, which is good, because I can't even imagine another 8-9 years in this much pain and getting worse, and I'd really like to get back to exercising again. I miss that so much. Like, I miss feeling physically and mentally good, regardless of what else is going on in my life. There's so much to be said about, about exercise in general, but it's just so important, and even if you hate it, it's still good for you and can still make you feel amazing. So I do miss that a lot. Not to mention I hate being fat. Like, I go to places with friends or go out, and I mean, I don't know why anybody would see me as attractive, because I don't feel that way at all. I know some of that's the pain talking, and some of it's this past relationship, but a lot of it's just an internal voice saying that I'm not attractive. I'm not pretty or cool or mysterious or edgy or whatever else that draws people into shallow bullshit. But it also means that it's not like I get hit on, or I don't even know that guys even look at me, to be honest. Although most of the time I'm too busy not looking at them. So the treatment is, I guess that's another thing. Like, why would anybody want to be with somebody that's in chronic pain all the time? God, I don't even want to be with me some days. The treatment is basically, they're going to take these more in-depth, they took these in-depth digital images of my bite, and it shows that my right side is basically like if your jaw is 100% balanced. My left side's 40 and my right side's 60, which is what's causing the pain and eye issues and ear issues and neck and shoulders and migraines and all that. He showed me a study that they did on rats, that they basically kind of just put a crown on a rat's back tooth, and it just kind of raised the tooth, basically made it a little bit taller. We're talking centimeters difference, not even that much at all of a difference in this back tooth. And in time, and not much time went by, these rats started to become deformed because of this imbalance in their bite. Basically, it caused their neck and their shoulders and their spine to start becoming out of alignment, and like it really curved, because your body, your muscles especially, will compensate for injuries or issues or things like that with your body, or the differences or problems. When they fixed it in the rats, they balanced the bite back out. They realigned and went back to straight neck, straight back. They have digital and x-ray images of this throughout the study. He has a little sheet that like shows it side by side, so you can see the differences, and how like drastic it really is, and like what it really does to the rest of your body, and how it's important for your jaw to be in alignment and for your bite to be in alignment. If you compare it to, there's this tap thing that if you like go to the dentist and they do like a filling or a crown or any kind of major work, not cleaning but like any kind of work on your teeth, they'll have you do this like tap 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 thing on this blue paper, and that gives them a sign, or it shows them like where the bite's hitting off, or where it feels weird, or where it might not look right. But according to Dr. Sutter, research has shown that that's only like 16% accurate. And that's like the main tool dentists are using to determine whether your bite is right or not. And like seeing this research and seeing this treatment, and I'm going to have this treatment, and seeing the case studies and the testimonials of these people that have done this, I mean, it just blows my mind that every dentist office in this country bases your bite on this little blue piece of paper that's so inaccurate. But it also explains why so many people suffer with TMD disorder at some point in their life. And most people don't even do anything about it. Like, it just fixes itself, or they end up with another filling on your side, or what. Like, they basically just end up getting a random fix, or it's just there and it doesn't really affect them as much because it's just not as drastic, or it's not as painful. But yeah, studies have shown that like there's like 1 in 5 people or something, it's a very low number, that at some point in their life will suffer with jaw problems. And it's just crazy to me to think that so many people could be suffering, and some people long term, like me, not just a few months because they were stressed out, or their bite was fixed somehow or whatever. So I just think that that's it's a little crazy to me to think that any of us could be suffering with something like that. And it's just such a minor thing. So the first appointment is in April, and it's like a 3 or 4 hour appointment. But there's no anesthetic, no anesthesia. I am able to drive home. Like, there's no issues or anything like that. So that's kind of cool, because just about every other treatment I'm looking at not maybe being able to drive home, or even massage therapy or chiro sometimes can make it difficult to be like fully alert afterwards. So it's kind of it's interesting. And then I'll have some follow-up appointments to make sure everything's like realigning correctly. And then that's it. He'll want to see me maybe once a year or something like that, just to make sure everything's staying where it should be and we're good. But that's it. And I'm like, you're saying I might only deal with this for another year. So, and maybe not even for that full year. I mean, the treatment itself, he said the initial treatment can cause an intensity in pain, because after your body, after this is corrected, your body has to come back into alignment. So I have to think about that too, because I'm going to be looking at possibly some more intense pain after for a while. And he said typically it's only a couple weeks of something like that, and then it kind of evens itself back out and you're fine. But the idea that I could go from a 7-8 on the pain scale every day to a 3-4 or nothing, it's a pretty big deal. So yeah, I hope that, it's funny, I haven't had a lot of hope when it comes to my teeth and my jaw and stuff. I kind of just assumed that this would be my life, and it pretty much has been. So just got done at Dr. Sutter for the first treatment. My neck's less tense already, and and just my chewing, he had me chew gum, and there's a lot of like different stuff involved in it. And anyway, it feels better already. So I'm hoping that that's a good sign. I know that I can kind of go through some adjustment phase after that can make me feel a little like my muscles are going to realign and like things are going to start changing. So I could end up dealing with a little bit more pain here or there in the next few weeks, but so far so good. So I'm excited. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of figuring out money. But to not be in pain is going to be, I mean, it's worth it. It's worth it. I mean, I want my life back. Okay, so first full day after the DTR, and it's interesting. I don't have as much tension in my neck or tension in my jaw, and that's pretty cool. My teeth are sore. It's kind of weird to eat. Like my muscles are having to kind of figure things out differently, I guess. Dr. Sutter called me and we talked a little bit about it, and he did remind me, that the muscles that have been, working so hard, aren't going to have to work so hard, and the muscles that haven't been working at all are going to have to now change the way they work. So it's definitely a process, but I would say that I wasn't in as much pain as I have been in normally, and I was able to, I did take kratom today and some ibuprofen, but it wasn't as much of a priority in my day. It was more like, oh, I'm starting to feel a little bit more pain, I probably should take something. It wasn't like, oh my god, where's my next, I have to make sure I stay on top of this because it's gonna get bad really quickly, and it wasn't like that at all. It was much more subtle when I did start feeling more pain, or I did feel like I was kind of getting a headache in the afternoon, but I was able to take half the dose I normally take of ibuprofen, and it worked for me. I've only taken half of Vicodin this morning. I'm really low on meds though, because I go in on Tuesday to my pain med doctor, and for now I'm not going to tell him about what's going on, what I've been doing about this therapy, because I'm still a little concerned that it's not going to stay the course, I guess. And I'm not going to, just because it feels okay right now, or it feels better now, is it going to be that way in a week, I have to see Dr. Sutter on not this next Monday, but the Monday after, for follow-up, and he's gonna, possibly have to make more adjustments, and then I think I see him every month after that for about a year, and it's all paid for up front, so that's good. I'll be paying for it forever, but if it means that I don't have to see the doctor every 3 months and pay $130 to do that, and then the $20 in medications every month, and Dr. Sutter said I need to go see a chiropractor and a massage therapist a couple of times throughout this process, just because my muscles and my body are going to be changing. But I don't feel I just don't feel like I'm in as much pain as I was even a couple days ago. So that's good. Definitely have to get used to the difference in my teeth and chewing and things like that, but I guess when it's been wrong for so long and then it's right, it takes some getting used to. So yeah, I'm gonna keep documenting. Not that anybody will see any of this, but I'll keep documenting it, and just so I know where I'm at, I guess, for the most part. Okay. Day 3. Well, I guess technically the second full day from the DTR. Kind of had more of a headache today. My mouth was kind of more sore. I was really, really tired, but it was weird because I probably fell asleep last night at like, I don't know, like 11:30, midnight maybe. And I was up at 5 to let the dogs out, and then I took like half a hydrocodone and some ibuprofen and went back to bed, which normally I'd probably be back up at like 7. I didn't wake back up until like 9, so that was cool. Maybe that means I'm able to sleep better. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not getting a lot of neck pain anymore. I made sure to take kratom throughout the day so that I didn't end up in pain, but I think I might start trying to take less and see how that goes. But I'm not getting any more jaw fatigue. I'm not really running into that as much as I was before. And I even had brisket today and yesterday, and I'm not feeling like it's my jaw is suffering from it, so that's good. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Okay, so this is like, I think the final appointment almost. I guess I have to see him again in September. But it looks like I will be almost done with all of the TMD disorder stuff soon, which is good. I still have some stuff that I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with some headaches that aren't so great, which could very easily be everything just readjusting, or it could be something else. I've already had my eyes checked, and that's good. So when I've adjusted some things in my office for some lighting and hope, because it seems like they sit a lot behind my eyes, these headaches. So we'll see if I can. I'm getting a massage next week. I'm hoping maybe that'll help. I did see the chiropractor. He thinks it's mostly muscle, so hopefully I can kind of work my way out of these headaches, and then I will be pretty much pain-free, with the exception of, you know, if I do something out of the ordinary, you know, sleep weird, you know, something like that. But I don't have the jaw fatigue that I used to, and my mouth in general feels a lot better. I think it's just going to be a matter of kind of waiting it out, is what it sounds like. So yeah, I mean, I'm still dealing with a lot of stress at home too, so that probably doesn't help. And then trying to figure out other things. So hopefully this means I'm on my way to feeling better all of the time. I know I already feel like I want to do more stuff, so that's cool. And I don't necessarily feel so bad about it, like I'm gonna get hurt or it's gonna be worse the next day or anything like that, which is good. So I'm kind of looking forward to getting my life back a little bit better. I mean, I have other stuff that I'm dealing with. It's super stressful, and money, all that. But at least the physical pain side of things isn't as bad. Now it's just emotional. Hey, so last appointment with Dr. Sutter until, you know, a year follow-up. So we started in February and September, and it's been one of the better highlights of my year, especially since 2020 has been so awful. And living in Oregon has been pretty tough with all those fires and everything recently. But I have, since this started, I've lost like 30 pounds. I've started doing a lot of the things that I was wanting to do for the last 20 years of my life. I have gotten my motorcycle endorsement. I bought a motorcycle. I took on a second job that I'm being much more physical. And I don't feel like laying around as much anymore. I don't feel as, I wouldn't even say depressed or upset. I honestly just don't feel physically bad anymore. And now when I have plans, or when I'm not feeling like, oh, I might have to cancel at the last minute, you know, what about my medication? And I don't have any of that stuff anymore. So my next step is going to be getting off of the long-term narcotic pain meds. So I'm going to start working with my other doctor for that. Your brain's programmed to depend on this, and I still have days where I'm afraid, if I don't take the meds, I'm going to end up in pain and it's going to be bad, and I'm going to be laid up for days. And, if I had a night where it was sleepless, like there's a reason, whether there was a reason or whether I was in pain, or, I was usually down for a week after. If there was a night or two of just not getting very good sleep, it would affect me awfully. Like I would be dealing with it for a week. In the past 2 weeks alone, I've had all-nighters where one of my dogs was having seizures, and I stayed up with her all night. I was still able to work both of my jobs the next day. I was not in any pain. I mean, I was tired, obviously, but I am actually, since I'm working these two jobs, I'm only getting maybe 5 to 6 hours of sleep a night during the week. I kind of catch up on the weekends on sleep. But like my attitude about things has definitely changed, because I don't feel like I'm paying for things as much anymore. I'm still seeing a massage therapist. She's great. She's really working the muscles out and getting a lot of this residual tension out. I was told yesterday by my brother, when I was talking to him on the phone, that he could hear it in my voice and the way I was speaking, that it wasn't as bad anymore and that I was feeling better. And it's funny because you start taking it for granted again. The pain isn't as bad. I still have days where it's not great, but it's manageable now. Like I'm not having a whole week of down. I'm not having even a whole day of down. Now I'm like, okay, I'm having some major pain in the morning, or I'm not feeling so great. I'm going to take some of the meds, try to spend some time on the heating pad, try to just do some self-care. And usually by the afternoon, I'm fine. And I can make plans again, which is a big deal. I can physically exercise again and not feel terrified that I'm going to pay for it for days. I'm doing yoga again. I'm walking more. I'm moving more. I'm spending weekend days not focused on doing nothing because I'm afraid that I'm going to be in pain all week. How am I going to work? I don't have to do that anymore. I spent all day Saturday doing stuff. I was out. I bought the motorcycle in the morning. I had a massage. I had a birthday party in the afternoon. I went grocery shopping in the evening. I spent time and hung out with my dogs and played and watched a movie with them, and then I went to bed. And then Sunday, I took it easy. But there's also other factors that are involved in that. It wasn't that I'm taking it easy because I'm in pain. I take it easy because, there's a lot of smoke outside, and I spent a lot of time outside on Saturday. So we're under hazardous air quality. So it takes a toll on you. But yeah, I wasn't laying around on Sunday because I felt because I was in pain. I was laying around on Sunday because breathing was harder and my throat was sore and stuff from just being out in the smoke. So yeah, I'm looking forward to losing more weight because I did gain a bunch of weight during all of this. And this month is my 10-year anniversary of not smoking anymore, which means this is also right around the 10-year anniversary of when I started seeing TMD disorder symptoms. So after 10 years of gradually getting worse and progressively dealing with some pretty severe chronic pain, to the point I'm sure I've ruined a lot of things. I was pretty sure I ruined a lot of things in my life because I just couldn't anymore. And when you get to a point where you just have to explain to people that you can't because you just physically can't, and it's like you're trapped in this body and your brain is still, wanting to do things, and you've had to convince yourself that you can't, and that sucks. So it's hard not to take it for granted now because I'm not in as much pain. And it's very similar to, like giving birth or even a tattoo. And I have plenty of tattoos to tell you that, like, it's once the pain's done, it's done, it's gone, like it's over. So once the tattoo's over, it's they're done tattooing. It's not really painful anymore. It's kind of sore, or, it's healing, but it's not the same pain. So now I'm I'm trying to not take it for granted and remember that this year may be awful because of COVID and my dog's seizures and smoke and a pretty heartbreaking breakup with a guy that I'm very much in love with. But while it all may be just, terrible, I'm not in chronic pain anymore. And while all this stuff is swirling and terrible around me, that is something that's pretty amazing, to not be in chronic pain anymore. So, yeah, next steps are getting off the pain meds, making sure that my body understands that I don't need them anymore. So that's going to be a little bit of a process, and I know that. But I was careful. I didn't want to get off them right away because I was worried that, this may not work. And, when you're trying things and you're trying to find things to fix your pain, it gets very discouraging. So I had a safety net for now. And so I'm going to be working with my other doctor to get off the pain meds. And, yeah, but seeing Dr. Sutter was a game changer in my life, and at no point did he ask me to do any of this. I did them for myself because I just wanted to be able to see it, because I knew that I'd probably start taking it for granted. But I am absolutely blessed that I ran across and that I met somebody that recommended him, and that after pretty close to 10 years, I'm no longer in chronic pain. So, I would recommend Dr. Sutter to anybody that deals with jaw pain, even if it's slight jaw pain, because it can get worse. It can get a whole lot worse, and you'll be in a place where you don't want to be, and where you feel like you're trapped. And I don't feel trapped anymore. So thank you, Dr. Sutter, and your team. And I'm going to do whatever I can to keep going in the right way and keep going in the pain-free way. So, thanks.